Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It's your friendly neighborhood YouTuber. So today I'm talking about something that I actually wasn't sure if I wanted to talk about here on the channel, but I feel like people are having a good discourse online, and I just want to jump in with my own take on it because I finally saw something that I fully agreed with that made me want to make this video. Dion, SeeReax himself, the Dragon Ball YouTube whatever you want to call him, legend, Xenoverse, a specialist, came to X, formerly known as Twitter, and made his viewpoint on a Dragon Ball Super remake. Because obviously, if you don't know, Dragon Ball Super is getting a remake with Beerus. Starting out, they're just calling it Dragon Ball Super Beerus, and now they have confirmed that the Frieza, the Resurrection F arc, is also getting a remake. So I'm pretty sure, going to just be calling it probably Dragon Ball Super Frieza or Dragon Ball Super Resurrection Frieza, something like that. Now before I get into Dion's hot take that I agree with, I want to say straight up, I don't think we need to remake those arcs. I really don't. I know a lot of people probably will argue with me about how they need to be remade because of how bad the animation was, and I'll give you that. The animation for those arcs were dog shit. They were terrible. I'm not going to argue that case. So for that if that's your main reason, I get it. Here's my issue with that. Those two arcs before they came onto the anime were films. They were movies. Okay, so we went from a movie to an anime. I don't know what people expected. I don't know if people somehow expected it to just be better. But usually when an anime gets a movie, that's when animation quality gets better. Now, the one thing I will give you guys is that, expanding on certain things that might have been in the manga would be nice in these arcs, or maybe just fixing certain things that would make the pacing even better and make it probably better than the film versions, especially Resurrection Frieza, because, when you watch it at first, especially that one specifically, when I watched that one in theaters at first with my brother back in the day when it came out, it was hype, it was cool, you got to see Super Saiyan Blue for the first time, but then you rewatch it at home and you realize, it's not that good. It's not that good. It's more of a guilty pleasure movie, and it's just genuinely not that good. But because we have films, to be honest with you, I didn't think we needed to remake them. Just say, hey, we got these two movies. If you want to watch these arcs, go watch the movies. I think what they should have done is started from the Universe 7 tournament arc. I think they just should have started there and then into the Goku Black and then into Tournament of Power. I don't necessarily understand what the point is of remaking remakes, but, it is what it is. We're here. This is what we're doing. Hold the phone! It's your boy. I just wanted to let you know real quick before you continue the video that this video is sponsored by me. I just wanted to let you guys know that your boy right here has a website. Here it is in all of its glory, revoart.com. That's REVXart.com. You can support me by getting an art print right here if you do so incline. I have 4 different options for you. If you want a sketch, if you want line art, black and white, fully colored, totally up to you. And you can also get some exclusive merchandise. Check out that sick hat. Check out that incredible shirt. And check out that amazing hoodie. And if you're a member of the website, not only can you get these products, but you get a 10% discount. That's right, 10% off of anything from the website from just being a member. And if you don't want to do any of this stuff, but you want to support your boy, donations/tips are welcome. So just friendly reminder that I do have a website, and you can go to it now if you go to revoart.com. That being said, this leads into Dion's post on that he made, because DBS Hype on Twitter said, glad to know the Moral Arcs production is going well, but it's a bummer the Goku Black arc might not get a remaster. Again, this is a topic of discussion online, to which Dion responded and said, I know it's a rumor, so nothing here is confirmed, but hot take, in my opinion, Goku Black arc and Tournament of Power need the remake nearly as much as the first two arcs. Not as much from a visual slash artistic standpoint, but from a, well, Goku Black arc specifically, a narrative toward the end, and Tournament of Power specifically better through just pacing. And I agree. I agree with this hot take. I think Dion cooked here. I think I think this is something that I genuinely is why I'm kind of confused, because I feel like if we skip Dragon Ball Super Beerus, if we skip Resurrection F and go straight into Universe 7, the Universe 7 tournament, and then straight to Goku Black and straight to Tournament Power, we wouldn't have waited that long for Moro, specifically also because they would have also coincided and came out this year, just like Dragon Ball Super Beerus is coming out. And in turn, you would have had like a seamless manga adaptation anime that also leads in to the newer stuff. And also, if they want to bring back the manga, that also gives them ample time to make even more stuff with Toyotaro, whoever they want to continue with, and continue the legacy. And I just, on the standpoint in terms of the Goku Black arc, I know we were skipping Universe 7's tournament arc, but I think also that should be remade. I mean, let's just be honest, okay? I know we all said Dragon Ball Super's animation was bad and it got better throughout, and some people think the Goku Black arc is okay, and some people think, the other arcs are just fine. They're not, okay? I think genuinely the only time Dragon Ball Super really started to look good was the Tournament of Power, and that was when they started fighting. Like, legit. Everything before that was iffy. Everything before that was like, okay, I don't know about this, because even with the Goku Black arc, you had moments where, animation wise, like, I could see where they were going with fights, but it still was undercooked. Like, it still wasn't as good. Like, and I knew that going into watching it when I did watch it. The thing was, like, I wasn't really on the internet making my opinions and vocalizing that stuff. But realistically, man, the Goku Black arc could look way better. They could do a way better job of also. I know he mentioned the plot towards the end, but I think the whole arc, I'm gonna be honest, this is like one of those situations where I fully do prefer the manga version than the anime version. I think the Tournament of Power, I think the anime version clears the manga, but everything else in Dragon Ball Super, I prefer the manga. Like, I really do. Universe 7 tournament, like, I feel like we were doing hype moments to do hype moments in the anime. We were taking notes from Toriyama and doing our own things with the Kaioken, even though that was hype. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like the manga did a better job pacing these arcs in a way that made it obviously readable, but also cool and hype in the same vein. The only reason it didn't really get talked about as much is because they were, I guess the manga was, considered a little more reserved, but specifically with the Goku Black arc, I felt like they handled that way better. I feel like the battle with Zamasu was longer. I feel like it had more stakes in that as well. And they didn't go back and forth from the future and present so many times. The pacing of it was just fine. They went back, they came back, they went back, and then finally came back. They didn't go back, come back, go back, come back, go back, come back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Kakarot, we have to go for round 5. This will be the one where we beat Zamasu. Like, it wasn't like that. Like, the pacing was fine in the manga, okay? Like, I think we need that version. This version that we have right now is, like I said, it's undercooked. I think the same thing with the Tournament of Power. Like, there were elements of there that were nice. Seeing Gohan train with Piccolo, seeing Goku recruit Android 17, having that spar, seeing stuff like that was nice. It added to it, honestly. It wasn't a bad thing. It's just that I do think that you could fix the pacing on these arcs. I think overall the Tournament of Power was great visually, and I think improved on certain fighting aspects when we got there. But I think as a overarching, plot and things of that. Also, we didn't get the gods of destruction just battling it out. Like, we could get that in an anime version. Like, that would be so sick. I think there's certain things that the manga did that, why not? At this point, why not? Because if you would have done that instead, Now you're creating a completely different product. Now you're creating something new for people that only watch the anime, because it is obviously a lot of people that don't read manga and they rather just watch the anime, and so they have no idea how different the manga was from the anime. So I think it would have been a better time spent for them if they would have just remade starting from there. Skip Beerus, skip Golden Frieza. I feel like we've seen those enough. I'm gonna watch it because I'm a Dragon Ball fan and I've lived with this. This is me, but dude, like, if we could have just skipped those, I really do want to see a Goku Black remastered. I do want to see Universe 7 remastered. I do want to see Tournament Power remastered. Cut the filler in between. Just let them flow seamlessly, just like the manga did, and just let it rock. You could do that. And then you could go into the Moro, and you might even give yourself more time for the Moro arc to be as cooked as it could be, so that it's solid when we watch it and it's good and we don't have any regrets, so that in the future when we're 60 years old, for some of us that are fans, we're gonna be like, oh, they're remaking the Moro arc again, yay. Like, I don't want to do that, okay? I don't want to do that. Okay, so yeah, I agree with Dion. I feel like a lot of people have blinders on when they were watching this stuff, and they don't realize it was undercooked as well. And legit, the only time we started getting good animation was towards the end of the series, ironically, sadly. And that was not even like at the start of the Tournament of Power arc. That was literally at the point where they just started fighting, where they started beating each other up in the tournament. That's when the animation quality went up. I mean, there were episodes here and there, like with Frieza and Goku when they sparred, when he was recruiting them, episodes here and there. But when it was consistently good, that was when. And then that carried over into the future stuff like the movies. So this is just my opinion. I agree with Dion. I think he cooked here. I think he made a valid point. I think, and I think I'm just adding to that by saying, like, bro, we don't need Beerus. We don't need Frieza. Obviously, they're already doing that, and now we're just gonna jump straight into Moro. It's just, I feel like they could have handled that situation way better, and like I said, in skipping those two and focusing on the other ones would have been better. I just think better. I also still think I wouldn't be mad if they randomly decided to change their mind and like, we're remaking the whole thing. Like, I genuinely wouldn't be mad. I think the other arcs would look just better and would be better, and would benefit from it. So I don't know. You guys, let me know your thoughts on it. Let me know if you agree with me. Let me know if you agree with Dion. Let me know if you agree with anybody else that doesn't agree with them. Let me know if you have a different opinion on this whole topic. I wasn't really going to mention the remakes of Dragon Ball Super because, honestly, I'm focused on the Moro arc. I feel like I'm not interested in Dragon Ball Super Beerus. I'm going to watch it, like I said, because I'm a Dragon Ball fan, but I'm not really looking to cover it like that because we've seen it before. Same thing with Frieza. We've seen it before. If they decide to remake the Universe 7 and go from there and remake the other stuff, then maybe I'll talk about that. But for now, I'm excited for Moro. I'm excited to finally get some new stuff. There's certain things that I want to see in the games that I just also want to see in the anime that are new, transformations, characters. It's going to be exciting. Right now, we're going to go through some remake hell, but, you know, hopefully they look crisp, it looks nice, and hopefully it's enjoyable to watch. But when we get tomorrow, we finally going to get to the good stuff. So, yeah, I'm excited for that. Again, let me know your opinions. If you reached the video thus far, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm trying so desperately to get to 1,000 subscribers. We are so close to 700. I don't know where we're at when this video drops. Probably just under 700. I feel like every time I was getting a new subscriber, I lost one. I was getting a new one, and I lost one. So I'm stuck in this purgatory of subscribers. So can you guys do me a big favor right now and help me get to 1,000? If not right now, 700 subscribers. And all you got to do is press that red button if you haven't done. Okay? And yeah, I'm going to leave it at that, and I will catch you guys in the next video.